Hello, hi, thank you so much for joining me today. I am sitting on my patio in Santorini, Greece, and I have been traveling for a while. So today I'm just going to share some traveling tips for women that are traveling over 50, 60, 70 years old, things that we should be aware of and take heed to when we're traveling. So, and these tips can be helpful no matter what your age or whatever your gender. But my major audience is, for me, helping women to inspire and motivate and live their best lives. So that's what I'm doing today. And I had some notes that, oh, excuse me. And let me say this. This video might be all over the place. I might be rambling. Who knows what I might be doing. But I'm in Greece. So you guys cut me some slack. I'm trying to find my notes. But also, for whatever reason, I can't even connect to the internet this morning. I have notes on my phone. We rely on electronics. And that's a tip. You better have a backup in case things don't work out. So one of the things, and these are not in any particular order, so excuse me if I ramble, but I'm warning you right now. And I'm sitting here in my bathrobe because I don't feel like getting dressed yet today. This is my last day here. I had breakfast served on my patio, and I'm finishing up my yogurt and fruit. Finishing that up. So as I'm waiting for my computer to load, then I will finish eating. And I know you're probably going to be complaining about that. Why is she chewing on camera, blah, blah, blah. You can always click off. But anyway, okay, so let me share some tips. If you guys have been following me, you know that I have not been traveling for a while. This was like my first big trip in like 14 months because I was waiting to get my residency here in Portugal. So I was gone for about a month. I took a trip to Japan. Then I went to Thailand and spent some time with my son. Came back to Portugal for a few days. And now I'm here in Santorini, Greece. And logistically, on paper, I guess it looked easier said than done. But once logistically you start traveling, y'all, it's a lot. First of all, if you're traveling far, you're going to have to deal with a time difference. And yes, that's the obvious. But as you get older and you're seasoned years, you don't recover as quickly and you don't adapt as easily. So please allow yourself time to do that. I have seen some people in my travel who, boom, as soon as they got there, they just started ripping and running and end up either getting injured or end up feeling very exhausted by the end of the trip. So you want to pace yourself. You want to allow yourself time to actually adapt to your new environment. And one thing, make sure you're hydrating. Drink plenty of water. Water is like the cure to everything. There was someone that I encountered that wasn't feeling well, and I simply said to her, "How much water did you have today?" And she hadn't been drinking any water. So your body's going to let you know when it needs something. So pay attention to that. So when you're traveling in different climates, different time changes and all of that stuff, make sure you're drinking your water, okay? That's one of the tips. Another thing I want to say, a lot of people travel and they start doing things that they don't normally do in their everyday life. So if you're interested in traveling and taking trips and going all over the world, make sure you start. I'm not saying you have to start exercising really heavily, but the bare minimum, start walking. Walking is one of those easy things you can do in whatever climates. If it's cold or too hot, you can go to a mall, you can walk indoors, but start walking. If you lead a very sedentary lifestyle and don't really walk that much, you get on vacation and you have to walk here and there, you're going to be worn out. You're going to be complaining. You're going to be saying, how much longer do we have to walk? How far is that? And I've seen some people struggling. I'm watching, matter of fact, right now, I'm on the Caldera side of the island in Santorini, and there's like the cruise ships. There's like 3 cruise ships that are in dock right now, and they have like a gondola that takes them up the hill, but then some of them are walking up these steps, and I even seen some of them walk back up. And I'm telling you, these folks are struggling. Steps, no matter where you are going to get you, but just basic walking. And if you wait till you get on vacation, I'm telling you, you're going to be sore. It's going to make your trip miserable. So do the bare minimum and start getting your body prepared, because you're going to have to do some walking. Another thing I want to talk about is traveling through the airport. In our grown age, our seasoned years, 50s, 60s, 70s, we do not need to be walking around the airport with a backpack, with some heavy backpack on. I don't know how many people I have seen, ladies with these heavy backpacks on, or these large heavy totes that they are carrying. One thing that's really bad for your back, okay? You don't know how far you're going to have to walk. Most of these airports are spread out. You could have to go from one gate to another gate. And if you got some big backpack, I'm not saying that there's construction going on down there, guys. I'm not saying don't carry anything onto the plane, because I always do. But I'm going to have a light tote, and I'm going to have something with wheels. My carry-on will always have wheels. I am too seasoned to be trying to carry a backpack. I'm not 20 years old anymore. And I saw some women with these heavy backpacks. I'm like, whoa, you're going to be worn out before you even get on your vacation. Trucking through the airport with a big backpack? That's crazy. Y'all need to get y'all a little tote with wheels. Seriously. That'll be much more better, much more easier to manipulate through security, through the airport, through customs, wherever you're traveling. Make sure you have wheels. All right? Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, can I get on it now? I think it's going to let me get to my notes. And if you are traveling to a different country, y'all, be flexible, be adaptable. Because if you say, oh, this is not like this in the U.S., or they didn't do this, or they didn't do that, you're going to be saying that your whole trip. Because if you are traveling, sorry, y'all, I'm trying to get to these notes. If you are traveling and expecting things to be, now I can't get my cursor to work. If you are traveling expecting things to be exactly the same as it was at home, then why are you even traveling? Things are going to be different. Food is going to be different. Culture is going to be different. So if you are looking for the same, then you might want to reconsider your trip. But if you're open to new things and exploring new ideals and new countries and all that good stuff, then by means, go ahead and book your trip. And listen, I'm not telling anybody not to book a trip, but I'm just telling you that to travel with a flexible attitude. come in a positive, have positive thoughts. Because my thing is, if you're like gonna think about the negative in any situation, because, you know, life is hard enough. It's hard enough. Everybody got stuff going on. So I'm not saying that, you know, we have to be in la la land, because of course we don't. But I think I just rather would like look at the positive side, you know, because things could be so much worse. And so keep an open attitude, positive attitude, and keep flexibility and be able to adapt when you're traveling. And don't get stuck into, well, this is not the way it works in the U.S. All right? So, another thing that I wanted to talk about while traveling is getting to your destination. Now, in our season years, if economy is your budget, then that's fine. Make it work for you. Get to the airport early so you're not stressed out and running to your gate. All right. But look at, maybe you can look at the seat selection and you can choose a wider seat, or pay a couple of bucks more for a seat to sit up front to make yourself more comfortable. And beyond that, look at premium economy. Premium economy is like almost like business class, okay? And some of the airlines, especially international airlines, premium economy is very nice. You're going to get nicer seats. They're going to be wider. You're going to get better food. You're going to have more space around you. I was on a premium economy flight on a Gegan, or Gegan. A Gegan, I believe. A Gegan. I'm probably messing up this airline. But we even got to deplane first, a whole nother bus all by ourselves. I mean, listen, I'm just saying it comes with some extra benefits. Of course, you're going to have to pay more depending on the length of the length of the flight. But that's something to look into. And of course, the next step up would be business class and first class. But depending on the airline, look for a way to upgrade your experience without spending a whole lot of money. Choose a seat that's closer to the front. And if there's a seat that you can get a wider seat, have more space around you, choose that too. And if you can, look at the prices for premium economy. That's just like a nicer way to upgrade your experience. You can arrive in a more relaxed state to your destination. All right? Something to think about. Another thing I want to talk about. Listen, if you need assistance at the airport, I'm not there yet. But if you need assistance at the gate, as far as like if you know you have a problem walking distances, or you know you got some sort of health issue, whatever it is, or even if you're like you get anxiety as far as trying to find your gate, because as we get seasoned, there's a lot of things to navigate in the airport. You know, I hadn't traveled in over 14 months, and I'm like, wow, there is a lot to navigate. You have to get your bags checked in, okay? Then you have to figure out which gate you're going to. Then you have to figure out where the security is in the airport. Once you get to security, okay, where is my gate? How do I get to the gate? And in larger airports, the ones where you have to like catch a shuttle here and go shuttle there, that can be so confusing. Now, I have been traveling a lot, and some of these airports are like mazes, all right? So if you think that's too much for you to navigate, make sure when you book your flight, you get airport assistance, whether it's a wheelchair or someone to get you to your gate, whatever it is you need. At our season years, we have earned our right to be here. I'm not there yet, but hey, I feel like I'm getting close, because these airports can be totally overwhelming. So keep that in mind. All right. Another thing, we talked about comfort. I had to catch, my flight left from Lisbon, so I had to travel from Porto to Lisbon. And easier for me because I had the medium-sized check-in and a small bag. It's kind of hard to navigate the train with luggage, so I chose to ride the bus. But what I also did was to make myself more comfortable. I paid only €4 for the extra seat next to me on the bus. So that means I'm not sitting next to a random person. I'm getting to travel more comfortably. I can put my tote on the seat next to me. I can just relax until I get to Lisbon. So pay attention to those small upgrades that you can do that don't cost a fortune, that can make your travel so much more easier and so much more nicer. All right? Let's see. So I think I have went over, I think what I want to cover, what I wanted to cover, but I think the most thing that I wanted for you to leave with was that traveling is very nice, but I'm not gonna lie, it can be, yes, it's stressful. Making your way, getting there logistically is or can be a nightmare. So I'm just trying to share little tips with you that can make it much more smoother, because it is no joke. I am going back home tomorrow. Hopefully I'll upload this video when I get home, because the Wi-Fi here at this particular hotel is slow and it'll probably take 10 hours to upload it. But anyway, I don't look forward to, I don't think I like airports anymore. It's not that I don't like them, but geez, logistically, traveling is a lot. So I've been on the road for over a month now. So when I get back, I'm going to take some time to recuperate. And that's another thing. When you get back to your vacation, from your vacation, don't try to I know a lot of people working, I understand that, but try to allow yourself 1 or 2 days to get back into the swing of things, or try to arrive on a weekend so you don't run back into something. And also, while you're on vacation, is pace yourself. I mean, I see people ripping and running. I know you want to get the most out of your vacation because you spent your money to be there, but take a breather. And not only that, unplug while you're on vacation. If you constantly on your phone, you checking your work emails. I can't believe they doing this. I can't believe they sent me this. You on vacation. Stop it. Take a breather. Relax and enjoy the moment. Because if you're constantly plugged in, constantly watching the news, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? It's like, oh my gosh. I think sometimes we are so used to, I'm talking to us now, I'm talking to us women, because I used to be just like this. We are so used to juggling so many things, that we're uncomfortable with just relaxing, with just chilling. That makes us uncomfortable. We don't know how to do it. Let me tell you something. I am so comfortable with not doing nothing. That's why I'm sitting here in my robe, because I don't feel like getting dressed, and I don't have to. I'm okay with just chilling. We have done so much. We've carried so much. We've been there for every and anybody. Now it's time to be there for yourself. And I'm going to end on that note, because I've probably been rambling, but I just want you guys to know that traveling at this stage of your life, you need to do some things to make it more enjoyable for yourself, to make it less stressful, and that you come back from your trip more relaxed. Because if you leave stressed and come back stressed, What's the point? I don't see the point. So that's it. I hope what I've said it resonated with somebody. Let me know what you think about it in the comments, or let me know what you're doing when you're traveling to make your trip a whole lot easier for you. All right? Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe and share if anybody you know that would get some help from this video. And stay tuned. I know I've been gone for a while, so I'll get back to talking about moving abroad things and all that good stuff. But I like travel too. So, all right. Thank you so much. Ciao, ciao. Until the next video.